Today, I'm going to go through the Board and Brush franchise. What this is all about is the franchise cost worth the profit potential. This is an emerging brand that was just founded in 2015 by Julie Selby. Julie started by holding parties to make wood signs in 2014, and the success of this led to her opening her first studio a year later. The Board and Brush franchise fee is $25,000. And the estimated total investment isn't that bad, $65,000 to $90,000. Now, one thing of concern I have are sales are trending down. 2018, franchisees averaged $225,000 in sales. 2019, that went down to $200,000. And then in 2020, it decreased another 28%. So we're talking about around $150,000 in sales. They haven't disclosed yet their 2021 numbers, but I would definitely take a look on that to hopefully see that there's an upward trend getting back to that 2019 number of 200K, or even passing their number of 225,000 that they had back in 2018. So it's really important to see that there's an upward trajectory and follow the last few months, and to talk to existing franchisees of the Board and Brush franchise to make sure that if the initial franchise investment of say $80,000 is worth just getting sales of 200,000, assuming that you could have a profit margin of 20, 30%, it can still take you some time to start hitting those sales numbers, as well as break through to profitability. Now, total outlets have increased 2018 to 2020. They opened up more than 130 locations. And in 2020, they actually had net loss of 4 locations. So maybe they grew too fast. It's important to talk to some existing franchisees to see how they're doing. 2020, a blessing in disguise for their income statement. It was the first year that royalties were a bigger part of their income than franchise fees. So basically, they're making more money now serving existing franchisees of the Board and Brush system rather than selling franchisees. So this is an important turning point for franchise systems, because you want franchisors making money alongside the franchisee and continue to grow their revenue, where they're getting a percentage of sales instead of just collecting that $25,000 franchise fee. So in this case, it's good that Board and Brush is making more money from the royalties than the franchise fee. Royalties being serving the franchisees, franchise fees being selling more franchises. And I mean, it's a profitable business from the corporate standpoint, where they're making over $1 million. So Board and Brush franchise might be a good fit. I'm still not super convinced that it's more than just a lifestyle decision for an entrepreneur. I'd be curious to know how many franchisees have multiple locations, because for me, I'm not that excited about getting into a franchise that does $200,000 in sales, where at most you're making $60,000, $70,000 from that. I would really want to scale up and have multiple locations. So it's important to see if any existing franchisees of Board and Brush have multiple locations, or at least a roadmap to open up multiple locations, and avoid just being in that lifestyle entrepreneur where you're kind of set at your salary cap and you can't be pushing up making more.